T-Man 978 Shill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series, Transformers Rise of the Beast, Core Class Arcee. Just got it from Amazon. I pre-ordered. They said I was going to get it Wednesday, but next thing I know, hey, you're getting it tomorrow. So I don't have a problem with that. Here's this look at her right here. Now, looking at this, I haven't messed with it. But if they can make this Arcee look this good, I hope, scale be damned, that they make a deluxe class version that's even better than this, to be honest. But one weird thing, they put the little weapon right here, right there in the baggie. All right, here's Rise of the Beast Arcee, Core Class Arcee, out of packaging. And she looks decent for the price point. Let me just say that. They gave her a smile. Her lips aren't picked out. I don't know if they might be accurate to the actual movie. But she has a bunch of detail and whatnot. The main complaints, or the main gripes I would have, is because of her size, they weren't able to be more complex with the transformation on these wheels. So she has two big giant wheels just hanging out. Now, depending on the angle or whatever, they don't look too crazy, but when you try to put her in a running pose and you have a gigantic wheel like the whole size of her thigh, that's when it gets crazy. And then there's this guy. The whole front of the bike is just hanging off of her butt. You can push it up there like a backpack. But when you rotate her waist, which thank goodness she has one, it's just hanging out back there oddly. The details and whatnot still look good. Her hands are kind of molded. They're not completely open because you see that for the pig, but they're molded in such a way that they're supposed to be open. So you can put this little gun in her hand right here, which I guess has two barrels. And she can shoot folks. Let's get into the articulation. The head is on a ball joint. The head is 100% completely a solid mold, besides the little air pocket they put in because of the ball joint. So she can look up a little tiny bit, look down, and then because of transformation, she has a neck joint to look down, but who is she going to be looking down to? You have a hinge right here for the shoulder articulation, but she also has a ball joint. So I like the shoulders to be up a bit, so I've been having that hinge out. You have a ball jointed elbow, so you can get all that. I showed the waist, which is really a transformation point, but it does still work as a waist. If you want to, this wasn't on in the packaging. You can take this off, but it doesn't really help the transformation any. And truth really be told, this is on a clip-on system. So, you know what? I could take that off if I wanted to. You know what? It's looking more involved than I thought. That thing right there is stopping it from coming off. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it alone. But she should be able to hold this tire as like a saw or something, if you wanted to have a bonus weapon. And it is nice that this is one solid piece and they painted the rims inside of there. Let's finish this articulation. So you can do a full split. So you can kick up way more than 90, kick back. You only get the tiniest of hip motion right here. You can bend 90 degrees, probably more than 90. Let's see. Slightly without the tire in the way. And you do have the forward motion, but that doesn't help anything. If in a preview, they did show her like riding on her tires, which is still an option. The tires weren't this huge, but you can do that if you want. You can replicate that. So that's a thing. Well, yeah, If it wasn't for this giant front of the bike hanging off, if they could have figured something else out for this, she would be better. Like the wheels, I can still get her legs into that motion right there, so that doesn't hinder too much, but I do wish that looked better. So hopefully they do make a deluxe class version of her, and it would be nice if she could look up a little bit more. Here she is next to a deluxe class bike lady who they also couldn't figure out what to do with the wheels. I can't wait for, well, I can't wait to receive Transformers Legacy Evolution Prowl, animated Prowl. And speaking of animated, here's another little figure from years ago that was under 10 bucks. So since it was like in my face, I figured let's compare it to something from years ago that was the cheap option. He is significantly bigger. In the spirit of not stressing myself out, these are going to be the comparisons. If I don't compare it to something you think I should, I'm sorry. There are other people out there. And there is Google. Quick note, I just changed the color balance. This is closer to what I'm seeing with my own eyes. Transformation. Take this gun out the hand. Bring the head forward right there on the neck. Straighten the arms and basically lift them up into this orientation. Now, the shoulders are gonna like peg into each other, but then you gotta, it's supposed to just like peg in, but really it's an overlap type situation. Well, now that I've done that, now I'm gonna pinch the shoulders. You can rotate the waist. And the legs, the wheels need to come down in this orientation. And pretty much like every other bike former, the legs need to come up like this. It seems like once they did that with Energon, that was that. And now this knee that bends backwards needs to come up into that position right there. And we can straighten this out even more so that these can peg together. Of course, you have the pegs on this side and the peg holes on the other side. I'm gonna try to line that up. Try to line this up because they peg together. And there's a little tiny slot in between their arms that definitely is hard to push that into. I think I wore it out. There we go. When you get it all the way in there, it might unpeg this situation. So get that straight. And also one thing, when I go back to robot mode, you might see it. Getting this unslotted might actually pop the arm off of the ball joint right here. So now we need to just basically lift this up. And she is a Ducati 484, no, it's a 848 sports bike. And we could take this gun right here. There are two grooves right here. You can plug them onto these pegs right here. I would say they act like a kickstand a little bit, because you can get it up, but you got to gingerly put that down. Anywho, for a core class figure, this is a lot of color variation, and the transformation is complex, all things considered. It's almost like the exact same transformation as deluxe class, just simplified. So yeah, I think it's nice that it has a whole bunch of different paint variation. The front tire, because of the way it pegs in, still steers and rotates. But of course, this bike is not completely accurate. So it just is what it is. It's a $10 transformer that turns into something that kind of looks like a bike. Like realistically, these handlebars should be further back, and this windscreen should be definitely covering all this right there and closer to this point. So there's pretty much nothing that's going to scale with this. Let's put that there. When I say it's scale, I mean like with people. Like I was trying to put Big Spike on their Masterpiece Big Spike, but there's no way he's going to reach those handlebars because they are further than they should be, and he's too little. And then I'm not even going to waste my time getting a 3 3/4 inch figure because they are too big for the deluxe class, to be honest. While I was looking for things, I picked up this trailer to see if she fits in there, and no, she doesn't, because this trailer is small. Here she is next to that Activator's Bumblebee that I pulled out earlier. So there's that, and I guess it's a transform. I don't feel like it. Here is Flame War Deluxe Class bike. How big a Deluxe Class is next to you. A Core Glass. Like this looks like a little kid bike now in comparison. But yeah. I said what I said about things. Decent bike. I'm shocked it looks this good for something that costs $10. Is their lowest or smallest price point for a full-on transformer. So I'm shocked that it looks this good because they have to typically make things a little bit less complex. But now we see that they are willing to go the extra mile for some certain characters and whatnot. So this is a decent bike. The robot mode, I mentioned the things that I like and dislike about that. I mostly like it. I just hate that this is all hanging off of it. So there's that. But reverse transformation, I'm going to remove this weapon from here if I can. Please don't shoot across the room. Thank you. I'm going to rotate this and bring that down a bit. Now, getting this out of here is a struggle, but I just got it out the hard way by moving the arms out of whack. Basically, this needs to slide out of there, but I'm going to leave the arms into that position. Go ahead and separate the wheels. Bring the legs up this way and basically straighten them out. Straighten the legs out, and then the wheels can be pushed back up here. Then we can keep that rotated while bringing the legs down some. We can rotate this so we can bring this up and bring the legs all the way down. Bring the arms down to your liking and push the head back. And now she's a robot again. So, for $10, good. If you really like scale and whatnot, I'm pretty sure she's going to scale well with the other Rise of the Beast figures. Maybe she might be a little bit too small. Who knows? I don't think she's that crazy short from what I've seen on the movie previews with them all walking next to each other. But she's definitely going to be shorter than the other deluxe classes and Voyager classes. And if I get one of those, I might get at least Bumblebee or somebody. I'll do a comparison with that. But anywho, link in the description to where you can find her on Amazon. Might still be in stock, maybe, possibly. Thank you for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action. That one's me.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.